Guten Morgen, meine Lieben. Hier ist dein erstes Video, euer erstes Video für Deutsch 2. Wir werden heute über ein Verb, das heißt sich interessieren für, sprechen. So I'm going to teach you about this verb. It's kind of complicated. Not only is it a reflexive verb, remember how we always write the sich in front of the verb when it's reflexive. Interessieren. Okay. It's long. And then, not only that, it has a preposition that always is attached to it. Okay? You can probably guess what this means. It means to be interested, right? To be interested in. That's the point, is that in English, we say to be interested in, and in German, we say sich interessieren für. So you have to remember not to say in, but to say für. Okay? This is going to be a little bit complicated because there's another way to say to be interested in that uses a different kind of form, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so you remember how to do this, okay, how to conjugate these, and you should have in your notes the reflexive pronouns. So I'm going to just say, ich, conjugate the verb, interessiere mich, and then I'm going to put the preposition in there, für, and then what it is ever that I'm interested in, and you can guess what I'm going to say. Deutsch. Okay, this means I'm interested in German. You'll remember that reflexive verbs, we don't have those in English, so you can't translate this directly, can you? You can't say I'm interested, me, in German. It doesn't make sense, but it is a reflexive verb, so you have to use it. Okay, the reflexive pronoun. Now, so that's all review. What's difficult about this, or not difficult, but we're going to start learning this and continue it next year, is how do you say, what are you interested in? Okay, in English many years ago, we learned in English grammar that we weren't supposed to finish a sentence or a question with a preposition. What are you interested in? In is a preposition. Okay, so we've dropped that rule in English and we go ahead and use a preposition at the end. In German, you can't do that. Okay, so what happens is when you use a verb that has a preposition attached to it that never goes away, okay, so like sich interessieren für, it's never just sich interessieren, it's always sich interessieren für. When you want to ask the question what, you attach the word wo to the preposition, or you attach the preposition to the word wo. Wofür interessierst du? Interessierst du, and then the reflexive pronoun dich. So this means what. You cannot say was. When you have a verb that has a preposition attached to it, you can't say was. Even though you want to say, what are you interested in? What are you waiting for? What do you believe in? All of those verbs that have a preposition, the way you say what is you attach wo to the preposition. Okay, it's called a wo compound. All right, so it doesn't mean where. It looks like it means where. Sorry, it doesn't. It means what. Okay? And the only other little caveat I have to say, you remember that we have the verb, there's this verb warten. You know that means to wait. And if you want to wait for something, in German it's not für, it's auf. And it always uses the accusative case. So, ich warte auf dich. Ich warte auf dich means I'm waiting for you. Okay? Now, if I'm waiting for the bus, ich warte auf den Bus, because it's plus accusative. But if you see a friend of yours standing on the side of the wall, and side of the street, and you want to know what she's waiting for, how are you going to say what? Aha, you say to yourself. Frau Nancy said that the verbs that have a preposition with them, I can't say was, I have to say wo. Okay, so then I'm going to say wo, and then she said to put the preposition on there. The preposition for waiting for is auf. Auf. Well, that looks weird. Wo auf. It's hard to say. Wo auf. When a preposition starts with a vowel, you have to add an R. Worauf. And then you just ask the question. Wartest du. Okay? So that's how you and why you form a wo compound. If this is too much, the green, ignore it. For this chapter, and it's interesting the way the book does this, and I don't think it's that bad of an idea. All they have you do is this guy, and you do it over and over and over again. Okay, so this chapter you will notice from your homework before the beginning of this week is all about clothing. And the word for clothing or the word for fashion is, I'm going to erase this. The word for fashion is die Mode. Okay? So if I ask you, wofür interessierst du dich? And you like fashion, you could say, ich interessiere mich für Mode. Okay? But if I want a yes or no question, then I don't have to use a wofür question word, do I? Then I'm just going to start with the verb. Interessierst du? Interessierst du? Don't forget the reflexive pronoun dich. Für, because the preposition is always going to be für, and then I can put the Mode in there. Interessierst du dich für Mode? Yes or no question? Ja oder nein. Interessierst du dich für klassische Musik? Ja oder nein. Interessierst du dich für Fußball? Ja oder nein. Okay? So this is the content question. Wofür interessierst du dich? Ich interessiere mich für Fußball. Oder interessierst du dich für Mode? Für Fußball? Ja oder nein. Okay? This is all explained to you in the book on page 221. Okay? Be sure that you look at that and try and kind of compute it with this lesson on the video. Okay? Now I have to get to the second way of talking about being interested in something. Okay? So I'm going to erase this. So there's the... now I'm going to erase this too. So we have sich interessieren für, and the second way to say you're interested in is Interesse haben an. Okay? So this is there's no reflexive, so you'll like this better. So you can say ich habe Interesse an, okay, Mode. Okay? That's all there is to it. Now, if you want to say that you're not interested in, up here, you're not interested in fashion, you could say, ich interessiere mich nicht für Mode. Or, so let me put that up here. No, wrong color. Completely different color. Ich interessiere mich für Mode is the positive, and the negative is going to be ich interessiere mich nicht für Mode, oder ich habe kein Interesse an Mode. Okay? Remember, when we're negating things, if there is a noun, you want to use the kein form. Up here, there's no noun because this is a prepositional phrase, so you have to use the nicht. Okay? This is also explained in the book on page 221. All right? So let's think about this. If you wanted to use this form and you wanted to ask, what are you interested in? How would you do that? You know how to do that. What are you interested in? Is there a preposition in this verb form? There is. It's right there. If the verb, which this is a verbal expression, if the verb has a preposition that's attached, how do you say what? A vo compound. Vo plus the preposition. And if the voon, oh, that sounds like where the virus started. Vuon, right? Let's not talk about that. If the preposition starts with a vowel, you're going to add a consonant, the R. Woran, now you're going to take the verb, hast, du, and now there's no reflexive mess. There's only this noun, Interesse. Okay? So you have two ways of asking the question, what are you interested in? Wofür interessierst du dich? Or woran hast du Interesse? They both mean, what are you interested in? Okay? I think, I don't know, I think several of you are going to think that this one's easier. This one's more common. And this is the one that we're going to practice till we're blue in the face with the exercises in the book. So just get used to this. Practice this. Okay? Think about, ask ihr questions. Wofür interessiert ihr euch? Right? This is the ending for ihr, and then this is the reflexive pronoun for euch. And what is the answer to an ihr question? Wir interessieren uns. Right? If we want to talk about the class, the people on the other side of the class, wofür interessieren sie sich? What are they interested in? The answer to a sie question is always a sie. Sie interessieren sich. So if I were you, I would look at this. Oh, the board looks like when we're in the classroom. What a mess. Look at this. Try and write some sentences on your own. I'm interested in, he's interested in, you're interested in. What is he interested in? He's interested in. What are they interested in? What is my mother interested in? What is my father interested in? Practice those a little bit. Send them to me. I'd be more than happy to look at them. Okay? I do have a homework assignment for you after this lecture. So I will give that to you. I'm going to have you watch the video and do the homework assignment. Hopefully it'll help me know if you understand it. We'll review it or not. And then on Mondays, oh no, I'm giving you this video next week. So on the following Zoom call, if you have any questions, we certainly can talk about that. Okay? So write it down. All right, good luck with it. I hope everything is going well with you all, and that you can kind of understand this in this format, and we will muddle our way through. I miss you all so much, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on the Zoom call. Okay, take care. Tschüss.